I found out one of my playtesters was colourblind in real life, so I'd best start taking that into account then in my designs.
Absolutely. Alrighty. And with that, we do join the stream. Welcome. I am Dina from Dina Said So Studio. Together with me today, I have Robert, Stat Player, and
Oh,
Sasha. We're going to play Beeching Axe, which is by Robert here. So why don't you tell a little bit about yourself first, Robert, and then you can go into the game.
okay, I'm Robert. I'm a board game designer based in Leeds, in England. Currently have no games published, but my first game about Number Station should be out this time next year, hopefully.
Fingers
And I've got
crossed.
a few other games that the publishers sound interested in, but no firm results yet. This game I've not put in front of anybody yet, so this is a work in progress. So this is a game about the Beeching Axe. So anyone who's not the same age as me or older or British may not be aware of this. This is a game about the British railway system in the 1960s. British Rails was losing huge sums of money. So the Transport Minister, who was secretly and privately in league with road building lobbies, brought in a guy called Dr. Richard Beeching to write a report about what to do about the railways. So he went and looked at how many passengers were using each railways. He published a report in 1963, which basically said, yeah, we're just going to shut a third of it down. And some people were like, yeah, we're not using it, don't care. Most people were like, no, we want our train stations, and campaigned to try and save their railways from going away. So in this game, we are workers on the railways who are trying to prevent train lines from being closed. So if we look at the board, there are loads I could have used, but these are just 8 locations that were all featured in the report, all scheduled for closure. The way we're going to score points, I'll briefly mention this now and go into it later, is we're going to have interests in different locations symbolised by these little houses. This basically means we might have family who live there, or we want to keep that open. The ones we've got interests in are the ones we want to save. So I'll go into that, how we actually win later, but you're going to score points for saving stations, and you might lose points if your stations close. All your points come from that. Oh, and because we're constantly losing money, bad things will happen to people who've lost the most money.
Oh no.
But we'll get to that. You don't automatically lose. It's not quite as bad as that. We're just going to subtract a fraction of your points. So what's going to happen is, at the start of the game, I'm going to give you all 6 of these cards here, all of which will refer to, or just dial into my hand, I didn't mean to do that, all of which refer to a location on the board. You're going to choose 4 of them, and then place your little houses by the 4 places you chose. I will suggest keeping ones that are kind of close together geographically, and if you're lucky enough to have drawn the same one more than once, it's a good idea to go there more than once. But don't make that decision yet, because I'll explain that. I'm also going to give you 2 of these cards, and you'll keep one of those, but I'll explain the postcards in a minute. So, the way a turn is going to work. The very first thing that's going to happen is you must turn over one of these station cards here, which keeps trying to go into my hand. This will have on it the name of a station, which this one is Tunbridge Wells West, or sorry, 3 bridges to Tunbridge Wells West. So if I just zoom in and I'll show you on a station, there's a red closure cube, there's a black protest cube. If the black protest cube ever reaches the space that says saved, the station is saved. Yep. If the red closure cube is ever on top of the black cube, the station closes. Mm-hmm. So at the start of each turn, we turned over 3 bridges. So that would mean the red closure cube would move forward 1 space. Okay? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
There are 2 other cards in this deck I'll just tell you about, which both say, there we go, Progress of Time. If Progress of Time comes out, the first time nothing happens. The second time it comes out, we shuffle the deck back together. Mm. So each station's in this deck once, but they might not, they're going to kind of close at an uneven rate. And when that happens, we're going to move this timer track onto 1961. Okay? Mm-hmm. When this reaches 1963, the report comes out, and that's when we're going to decide how many points all the stations are worth. This is a new mechanic I've never tested before and might fall apart. This is the new thing that's untested going out live.
Love it, Robert. Trust you to bring something completely new.
Time track. Is the time track the number of rounds?
No. Nope, that is not the number of rounds. No, that is just when the report comes out, but I'll come back to that later. So the first thing you do, turn over one of these cards. The next thing, you've all got a little train that looks like a little wooden cube, but in real life it's a Ticket to Ride train. On your turn, you must move your train. This is the first thing you will do. You can move it 1 or 2 spaces. 0 is not an option. And because I've met board gamers, although you two are probably sensible if I don't have to say this, no, moving 1 space and back to where you came is not allowed.
Oh, man.
This is what my real life friends are like. This is why I hate writing rules. Because you have to write that in, because if you don't, someone will do it. Anyway, I'm going to move my red train up here to Aberystwyth. And I put it on the tracks. There we go. So,
good choice.
We've all got in front of us a board which has a train on it. Our train currently has 1 passenger and 1 wild cargo and 2 blocked passenger compartments and 2 blocked cargo compartments. After you've moved your train, if you've got any cargo, you can deliver it to where it wants it. So you've all started with a wild cargo. So that was, when I deliver it, that becomes coal. So if you just have a look at the board you've got in front of you, if I delivered coal, I can do one of a few things. I can improve this action that requires coal. If I delivered tourists, which are going to tourist locations, I can improve this action. If I delivered the urban commuters, I can improve that action. If I delivered livestock, I can improve this action. I'll explain what the improvements do when I explain the actions. The other thing I can do is I can deliver any good to allow me to increase how many passengers I can carry or increase how much cargo I can carry. Or I can move this marker along and pay back some of my debt at the end of the game. Broadly, that makes sense. Deliver a good, move a cube along.
Yep.
If I don't have goods to deliver and I've got space on my train, instead I could pick up a good. So every station will supply a good. So in Wales, they're supplying me with coal and they're demanding livestock. So I would just take in fact, I can even just put a few of these tokens in the middle just because that's probably easier. So I would then take that and put that on my train if that's what I picked up. I can only pick up one thing at a time, but if I've got lots of the same thing, I can deliver lots at the same time. So you'll notice down in London, they demand everything. Does that bit make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Right, so now you're going to choose an action. That's going to happen every turn. Turn over a station card, move your train, and then either pick up or drop off cargo. The next thing you know is you're going to choose an action. There are 4 actions you can choose to do, and they're all around this wheel. As I said earlier, British Rails is losing money. Every single thing you do is going to lose you money. Okay? So if I chose this action here, that will cost me 4,000. I would take my little red debt marker and move it onto the 4,000 space. I would then take this action, move it to the 0 space, and rotate the 0 to the empty space for the next player. And we all get to be really happy about shuffling Rondel. I like Rondels. That's yeah. So that's going to shuffle on. I'll briefly talk about debt now. At the end of the game, if you have spent the least money out of everybody, nothing happens. If you've spent the most money out of everybody, we're going to subtract 1 point for every 5 you have. If you've spent the second most money, we're going to subtract 1 point for every 6 you have. I've no idea if that's balanced because the numbers for this are changing every time I playtest, and the scoring is entirely new today. So if that's woefully unbalanced, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't spend too much money.
Okay, hates math is crying.
The thing to remember, it's not what your debt is, It's what your debt is in comparison to the other players.
The others.
Okay? So if other players start spending lots of money, what's stopping you then?
Great.
Maybe. Right. What are the actions? I will explain. So the first action you can do is a public interest action. Any action you take is always in the location of your train. If I do this public interest action, I take one of my houses and add it to where my train is. Any questions?
Mm-hmm.
Good, that's a nice easy action. Right.
Yeah.
There is, for the purpose of this test, I'm going to say there can be no more than 8 houses in a place. I may change that.
Okay.
You want to have, when these come to score, I'll just show you a potential scoring tile now. If this station is saved and you've got the most houses there, you'll score the largest number.
Okay.
That's normally scoring is the first thing I explain, and I really hate how my rules explanation is upside down. If you've improved your public interest action, let's say my train's here and I've got a +1, I could put a house in a location that's 1 space away instead. Or if I've moved it to the second space, I could put a house in a location that's 2 spaces away.
Mm-hmm.
That is what improving that does. That is the public interest action. Any questions?
No.
Brilliant. The next action I'll explain is campaigning. So various people, they're campaigning, they're saying, look, we're going to lose our station. Could we at least have a bus route? And various other things. So if a station is closed, it's either going to end up being derelict, it's either going to be turned into a tourist attraction, a little heritage line, one of which was opened in 1966 by Dr. Richard Beeching. I can't remember which one, unfortunately. Or it's going to be kept open for freight, or you're going to get a bus route. If you do a campaign action, you will take, not the derelict one, I'll come back to that, you will take the first one of these markers and put it by that station. If the station is closed, that means it will be worth points. You'll be doing very little campaigning at the start of the game. That's kind of an end game action if things are bad happening around you. But that's basically what that does. And if you've improved the campaign action, you can jump steps and improve things quicker. But I'll explain that score a bit later. But that is the campaign action. The post action, because the railways are delivering mail and parcels. If you're in most locations, the post action will have 2 on it, except in London where it's 3. You'll take a number of cards from this deck, either 2 or 3. I'll just flip over a few. Oh, I seem to have shuffled these all up. They've all got the actions on, and they've all got numbers from 2 to 4. This you'll look at 2 cards, keep one, put the other on the bottom of the deck. You can either, on a later turn, play one of these cards to do it as a bonus action. Okay? It must be different from the action you took on the wheel. And when you've played it, it goes to the bottom of the deck. If you don't play the card, then you reveal it at the end of the game and will subtract this money from your debt instead. That's it. That and delivering goods is the only way of reducing your debt. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that is that. You're also going to start with one of those cards as well. I'll give you 2 and you'll keep 1. Okay, the final action, I should say, if you improve the post action, the first time you improve it, you'll draw 2 cards and you'll keep 2 cards. That's nice. And if you improve it again, you get to draw an extra card, but you still keep 2. And if you're in London, it'll be draw 4 cards, keep 2 instead. And I don't think 18 cards is going to be enough there, so I will make it the 36 and just see how many we get through. Right, the final action is passengers. You notice you've got a passenger on your train. If I do the passengers action, I can either drop off passengers or pick up passengers. So let's say I drop off this passenger here. I drop off a passenger, the save protest cube moves along 1 space. Because the station's being used, that's how we save them. We're only going to save them by using them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If my train is empty and I didn't drop off passengers, I could have picked up passengers. Obviously, I'm limited by how many spaces are on my train. But let's say I had 2 spaces and I dropped off 2 passengers at once. I'd move this cube along 2 spaces. You don't move it along for picking up passengers, and because I'm a horrible person, you've probably noticed there's only space for 4 passengers, but you'll need more than 4 spaces to save the station.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Right, that's almost everything. So the last thing says, when this station moves along, you've seen this little letter saying BING. When Beeching looked at Rotor Report, he said that each station was either good, bad, or indifferent. When we reach 1963, every good station is going to have this scoring token put next to it. Every indifferent station, this one. And every bad one, this one. So bad stations are going to be worth more points if we manage to save them. Oh, but of course that meant you'll have had to have left the cube loitering at the back, more likely to get caught for longer. What a shame. The game ends when every station is saved or closed. There's a few things I haven't explained. When a station is saved or closed, we take its card out of this deck. When 4 stations have been taken out of this deck, we take out one of the progress of time cards. And that will just then happen every time. That will just shuffle the deck every time that comes out. So what's going to happen is they'll reach a tipping point where everything just collapses around us.
Fantastic.
I think I've covered everything. So at the end of the game, you will score points for your stations that are saved based on your majorities of public interest things. If you've got things in a station that's closed, you'll get -2 points for having an interest in that station. But if that's been managed to campaign, then we'll push it up instead. And I think that's it. If I've forgotten anything, I'm really sorry, and I'll apologise as we go along. Any questions?
I think we'll just ask if there's anything.
I think I'll just start playing and then.
Yeah.
Shall I volunteer to be the start player?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll go first. So we're all going to get the same number of turns. So I don't know how we're sat clockwise. So yeah, it's going green, yellow. So yep. So Dina, you will get the last turn of. No, sorry, Sasha, you will get the last turn of the game.
Yeah.
So the start of the game. If everyone takes 6 of these cards.
All right.
And 2 of these cards. And you're going to keep 4 of your public interest cards. Have I only kept?
Then 1 postcard goes back to the bottom.
Yes. The easiest way to do that is if you hold. I don't know if you know. If you hold down T, it will tuck underneath the deck.
Ooh, that's.
I only learned that a few weeks ago. You already knew that, and I mansplained that. I'm really sorry. Right, where do I want to have my station as well?
There.
Why? I don't see why it would be mansplaining though, because
he's a man.
I'm quite new with TTS.
I'm gonna keep. 4.
Okay, so when everyone's selected their 4, then.
Then
I'll reveal mine, and then everyone. Then yeah, I'm going to chuck these cards back in the box. They're not used again.
All right.
I say the box. I'm just going to hit delete. So then.
It's the box. If this was a real life, there would be a box.
Yes, there would. There would be all these bags.
Let me just get rid of.
Okay, so I'll delete those. They can all go. So my cards are. I'll just drag and tiff. There we go. So I'm starting in. Where am I starting in? Leamside, Harrogate, and Aberystwyth. So that's the Leamside line. I've got 2 on Harrogate, which is where Aircon is, as we know, Dina.
Aircon, yeah.
There's a station on that line called Knaresborough, which has a big sign up about how they saved the station from being closed by Dr. Beeching.
They sure did, yeah.
And an email address to ask for more information. Did anyone ever get back to me?
Nah.
No. Okay, so Sasha, what stations are you starting in?
Leamside,
Ooh.
Eyes.
So we're working together.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so
3 Bridges.
Yep, so that's Leamside. 3 bridges.
I don't know how to pronounce
Aberystwyth.
Aberystwyth.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
Oh,
kill me for the pronunciation.
it's
Like I do
fine,
have
it's
friends who live.
it's
I
in
do have friends
Wales.
who
Don't
live in Dulwich, but it's written Dulwich, and no one
Oh.
understands when I say it.
There's a lot. Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Paris.
She's
Like, question, because I've been told about, is the city Orléans or Orleans?
Orléans.
With a silent S. Thank you.
Yeah.
That means I was correct in my group, and I will make sure they know that.
we have it on recording now.
Which was where you've got. You should have.
can
Oh,
send these screenshots.
yes. Where's your fourth house going?
So
Is it also going to Aberystwyth?
just a sec. Can I just show you my cards because I
Yeah,
do not
yeah.
want
Show
to
them out.
mispronounce.
That's fine. Aberystwyth,
Yeah.
3 bridges.
You just say
Sometimes
Carmarthen.
Sometimes that line still exists. Okay, cool. And got it. Cool. I'll
Lovely.
delete those. And Dina.
Righty. We are
And
heading
the 2 cards you've got left, just keep one of them.
far north
Wait,
line
who
times
took my
2.
cards?
Oh, I've got. Yeah, you don't need them anymore. They're gone. They're gone.
Oh,
They're back in the box.
And
Okay.
line Regis France.
Oh, I've been taking green for Sasha. So hang on. We saw you sat in different places. Sorry, I'd put the wrong colours down.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm a
Sick.
silly person.
I'm
I remember
yellow.
where you were though, so that's fine.
Make
And,
'em
you were
yellow.
definitely in Aberystwyth, so that's fine. And you were definitely in Leamside, so that's fine. Yes, that's where you were. I think. So you've got 2 in the far north line, and you've got 2 in. I'll put them just to the side, just so it's clear. I haven't worked out the best place for it. Right. So so out of these 2 cards, Sasha, you just keep one of them,
Okay.
and then the other just can go to the bottom of the deck. Okay, so yeah, just put it over here. I'll do it. That's fine. And then
I just zoomed in into the wrong place. Sorry.
Right. And I'll shuffle those in, and that's fine. So, right, the game begins. So, the first thing I always do is I turn over a station card, and it says 3 bridges to Tunbridge Wells. So I move that space along. Omnipresent dread already. I'm far too happy by these things. The next thing I'll move that backwards. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move my train. Well, as I very much like. Okay, I'll do it before. I'm going to move to Aberystwyth. I will deliver this wild cargo, so it becomes coal, and then that I can delete because there's no more wilds. So on my board, I'm going to improve this action. So it doesn't actually improve the passenger action as such, but when I move my train, I can now move it 3 spaces instead of 1 or 2. I forgot to say that one. So now I'm going to do my actual action. I am going to let's try and save it. So I'm going to spend 4,000. I will take this action and move it to 0. Rotate that round, and I'm going to take this passenger off my train, drop it off here, and move the black cube along 1 space. I did forget to say, when stations start closing, some of these passenger actions will disappear and become campaign actions. But remind me to explain that when it happens.
Yeah.
But that's my entire turn done.
All right.
So, Dina, the first thing we're going to do is turn one of these cards.
Flip this. Harrogate.
That is Harrogate. So I move Harrogate 1 step towards being closed.
All right. My next one is to move my train 1 or 2 stations.
What colour is it? Nobody's blue. I'll move that one out of the way. Yep.
Yeah, let's move blue out. I just sort of feel like I should take a trip over to Lyme Regis.
I'd go to Lyme Regis. I would go. It goes, if you put it on the train track at the bottom, there should be snap points there.
Oh, great.
Cool.
Excellent.
So, do you want to deliver your wild cargo as tourists?
I do, actually.
Cool. So, chuck that out of the game. That's gone. It doesn't need to go on the board. It just, yeah. Okay. So, you can either increase space on your train, you can improve the post action for yourself, or you can reduce your debt at the end of the game.
I will do
Sasha's just said she's having connection issues, so hopefully she'll be back in a second.
She'll be back in a second. It was post-action or space on the train.
Or space on the train. Any of the spaces on the train. So if you want to carry more cargo, you can. If you want to carry more passengers, you can.
Space
Everything's good.
Yeah, I'm
Cool.
gonna go with
Which space you want to do on the train? So basically, just take away either one of these cubes.
Oh, these? No. Oh, right.
Yeah, so you can either the rectangular ones hold passengers, and the round ones hold cargo.
So where does I put it?
Just delete it. It can go. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'll promote you so you can delete things just in case that's not happened.
Thank you.
Well, it's annoying. You have to promote people to delete things. Okay, so now you choose an action.
Where are we going to go? Whirl the camera around a little bit. Could we possibly do a passenger action, perhaps?
You could. There's one here for 4,000.
Yep. Oh, where's the snap?
You're doing the same as me. So you go. Just put on top of mine. So I'll move that. So I'll move that to the 0. Then this rotates round. This is why I have my rotation on 30 degrees.
Yes.
Just for that wheel. So you will drop off your passenger in line Regis.
Mm-hmm.
So you take that from the board.
Take this one.
No, this one here, the little passenger.
This one.
Okay, yep. And move the black cube along one space.
Plop.
And that's fine. That's your turn. Cool. It is now Sasha's turn. So we start off by reviewing the station now. Can you hear us okay now?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So, did I pick one card or did I pick the whole package?
No, we'll flip it over. So that is Line Regis. Oh, we both flipped it then. Go on, you flip it. So that's Line Regis. So I will move Line Regis one step towards being closed. So the next thing you do is you'll move your train.
I have to move it there, right?
You have to move it 1 or 2 spaces. And it must move. Got to keep the trains running.
Sure does.
Okay. Then I go here.
Okay. Do you want to deliver your wild cargo? You probably do.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not there yet. So just chuck that away. So because they demand livestock in St Ives. Oh no, this one here.
Sorry.
That here.
I'm grabbing wrong stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Just chuck that away because you don't need it anymore. They don't need to go on the cards. The cards are just to tell you what they want. Okay. So I'll get rid of that. So you can now either allow yourself to carry more passengers, more cargo, less debt, or improve your public interest action so you can put houses down in neighbouring locations to your train rather than where you were. They're all good. Everything's good.
That is scaring me when you're saying it like that. They're all good. There is no wrong answer.
Whatever you do not listen to Robert when he says.
Games, players say to me, "Well, what's a good thing to do?" And I often respond, "Well, everything's good." I don't want. When I was designing this, I really wanted players to have difficult, horrible, agonising decisions.
You do it so beautifully, Robert.
So I want to.
I'm not selling myself well here. Yeah, sorry.
I think I want to pick up a passenger.
Okay, what did you do on your board? First of all, you can improve your train,
I haven't done anything yet.
or you can improve this action, or you can have less debt.
Move one of these, Sasha.
And I'll have to. It'll be the one associated with the livestock. It's because you need a different commodity for each different action. It's the train and the goods that. So you can move that. Okay, cool. So whenever you do that action, you can put a house down in a neighbouring location instead of your current location. Right. So your action. Did you say you wanted to do? Did you want to drop off a passenger?
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be. Well, there's one on your train, so that's a gain. So that's 4,000 in debt. We'll all spend the same money so far.
Oh, look at us. Oh, whoops, son.
Now, this is the first time I've tried this.
I think you need to watch your lift height there, Robert.
Maybe. And
Just
I'll
snap
quickly
those up
turn that
together.
card to yellow. It's almost like, oh, there's a yellow one there. So we're all on 4,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get this blue guy out of here.
Right. Okay.
No Smurfs.
So that goes there, and the black cube moves along one space. Okay. So that's still a bad station. 'Cause it's on the we'll say it's the thing it's on because you're on stage. It's still a bad station for scoring when that's set. So it's my turn again. So I turn over a station card. It's Liam side. That moves around one. I am now going to move my train to. Let's have a quick think. I've just realised I cheated a moment ago. I do apologise. I delivered a good to. Sorry.
The audacity.
I've told you all the wrong things. I've changed something. The circle is what they supply. The square is what they demand. We all made the same mistake, so let's leave it. I can't bother undoing. That's fine. Unless people want me to. I made a mistake. I'm very sorry. Okay, so I am going to move my train to. I'm going to move it back to London. No, London doesn't just supply anything, so I'm going to go to Harrogate instead. I am going to pick up. They supply the urban commuters, so I'm going to take some of the urban commuters and put them on my train.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to choose an action. Now, I've already got 2 interests there, so I don't really want to hammer that majority. Let's do it. I don't want to spend that much money. So I take my 1 red cube, I move to 1 debt, and I'll place one of my houses in Harrogate. So if that's saved, I'm going to have the majority, hopefully. And that is my turn.
There's some old nice walks along the old lines there, says Valful in chat here.
There's some what?
Nice walks.
All right. I imagine a lot of these lines that no longer exist are public walks.
Yeah, they are. I've done a few of them, but not at all of them.
So it's your turn, Dina.
I guess it's my turn. I'm going to take a card.
No, you take your station card. Yep, the rules.
Yeah.
So I'll move that cube. So that moves down. Creef Junction moves one today. That was a train line going to Glen Eagles Golf Course that had about 3 passengers a day. That one probably should have closed.
That is not a lot. Oh, wow. But it was a golfing course, so I'm guessing it stayed because golfing.
No, that one didn't. The only ones here that still exist are the Far North Line, the Harrogate Line, and the St Ives Bay Line. All the others were closed.
Just closed.
Yeah. When we play this game, most of the best I've seen is 4 stations saved. The worst I've seen is 2.
Ooh.
You will find a station, like if you look at Creef Junction, that no one really cares about. That's just probably going to close.
Mm-hmm.
That's just going to close quickly, and no one cares about it in our game.
Yeah.
So, have you moved your train?
I have not. So I was thinking. So I'm going to pick up stuff, can't I? So I could go over here
moving. Everything is always after moving.
So I can.
So they supply livestock, so you can pick up a livestock from there.
I figured London probably needs some livestock.
London always wants cows.
Exactly.
So, there's a lot of cows in 1963.
I was gonna grab myself some cows.
It's almost like I had a there you go.
Great, thanks. Yeah.
Okay, so now you choose your action.
I am. Shall we do?
Can someone remind me how to zoom on a particular card?
If you press Alt, I'm on a Mac and it's option. I think it's Alt and everything else. Yeah, so this is just one board, but I've made the stations cards to make it easier to zoom in and out.
Passenger action, I think.
Okay, so that will cost you 1,000, and you are green.
I am.
So you may. I'll handle the wheel for speed. It's fine. Don't worry. So you can pick up or drop off passengers. You've got none to drop off.
Yeah.
So you can pick up passengers from there, and you've got 2 spaces on your carriage because you upgraded it.
Yes, I can take both of these black
ones. Yep, you can take them both.
I love
You've been planning ahead.
Wow.
Okay. So you put 1 in each compartment, and that is your turn, Sasha.
There we go.
So we turn over the card.
Wait, do we move the black cube on the
No, we only
station?
move the black cube when we drop off passengers.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Only passengers.
Only passengers. So the first thing we do is
Okay.
turn over the station card, and everything will inch towards closer. What's probably looking right now is she's looking like, well, everything's going to stay precious. There comes a weird tipping point to this game. Yeah, so that nothing happens. We'll just put that to one side just to remind us that the first one has come out.
Mhm.
When the second one comes out, we'll shuffle this deck up and move this along.
Yeah.
So no, don't turn over another one. Don't turn over another one. No,
Oh.
nothing. No, that's fine. Progress of time, so nothing happened. That's fine.
Pretend we never saw
Okay.
it.
Now you move your train.
Okay.
Progress of time is a rare occasion when nothing happens.
They're suggesting a
Can I
co-op
pick up
expansion.
supply?
Ooh, who are these people suggesting co-op?
A PvE
Who
where
said
one
that
of you
word
is
near me?
Beeching and the others are a protester.
I thought about that, but it's my own personal taste in games. I mostly don't like co-ops.
What about PvP?
I'll say that quietly. So that's why I haven't. I mean, someone might ask for a co-op version. We'll see what a potential publisher says.
Go full
So,
out player versus
you-
player. Beeching versus
No,
protester.
you have to move first. You
I
move
have to move
and
first.
then pick up or drop off. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
When I make my games, I try to make them slightly awkward. So I'm making players move and then pick up or drop off.
Okay, so I can go either to London or to Lyme, right?
Yeah. So Lyme Regis will be the only place you'll be able to pick up goods. So if you go there, you'll be able to pick up some urban commuters.
Urban commuters.
Yeah.
I'll put on your train for you. There you go.
Yeah.
And then you
Okay.
choose an action.
And what do I want to do? Okay, just a second. I
Post
need to
action
read
is
the
good
card.
to give you later in the game. That's always a good one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I can do a post. I'm
You
gonna do
can.
Post.
Yeah.
So that will cost you 1,000, which I'll do that. So take 2 cards from the post deck, keep one, and discard the other.
Okay. Keep one and discard the other.
Yeah. So on a later turn, you could play that card as a bonus action. That's
Or
different.
Save
in the world.
save it
Oh,
to the end.
Yes, just put it to the bottom of the deck. Okay. One of all, I don't know if I put it on the player aid or not. Let me just see. Did I? No, I didn't. Right, I need to update the player aid. On very, very rare occasions, players say, I don't want to do an action. If that's the case, that's fine, but we're going to charge you 3,000 in debt to do nothing.
Ooh,
Oh
Seems
wow.
fair to me.
that's
Occasionally,
fantastic.
you'll find reasons why you don't want to do an action. So, which action? You need the post action. So it's back to me. So I turn over stations. It's
Yeah.
progress of time.
Wait,
So
wait,
what? So
Oh,
what's going to
It
happen now?
says,
Oh, sorry.
All right, Sasha. Go.
sorry, are we doing the reverse demand supply because it's demanding urban commuters and supplying?
Did you get the
Like,
wrong
Oh,
token?
sorry.
He gave you the
In
wrong.
an earlier version of this game, I used to put the tokens on the card, and then I used to restock it in this phase. And I was just thinking, yeah, I need to make my iconography clearer. That is my mistake. Sorry. Anyway, there is the progress. So the second progress of time comes out. So this time cube is going to move to 1961. So we're close to finding out how things are going to score. And then I shuffle this deck up, and then I take my turn. So I am going to the post action's very expensive now. Never mind. I am going to. What have I got? I've got tourists. Where demands commuters? The south, and then they supply tourists. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. I am going to move down to Three Bridges,
All right.
and I'm going to deliver these commuters that are demanded there. I am going to improve how many goods I can carry on my train.
Mm.
Then my action.
How do we improve?
So I've got little markers covering these spaces. When any good will allow you to take one of these markers off when you deliver it.
Good.
Yeah, any of these round tokens. And I'm aware of the paradox of calling commuters and tourist goods. I just haven't thought of that terminology yet.
Okay.
So
And
I
the question for the square ones. This is for the extra passengers, right?
the circle is what they
These ones.
supply. The square is what they demand. The square
On the
spaces,
train.
yeah, the rectangular places hold passengers,
Yeah.
and the round ones are what holds the goods.
Yeah,
London
so
that's
how
the
do
rule.
I increase the
frivolities.
passenger capacity on my train?
Yes, you can only hold one passenger at the moment.
Yeah.
See, we should just call them cargo, really.
So I am going to spend 1,000
Need that.
to take these passengers, to take one of these passengers from Tunbridge Wells and put that on my train. And that is my turn.
All right. Liam sideline.
Moves one space towards being closed.
Excellent.
It's not. Not for me and Sasha.
I can jump over here and deliver.
So some of the cards, some of the stations were closed before the reports came out. That did also happen. I'm starting to think maybe I should have started this time track in 1961, but let's not worry about it now because it's the first time I've done this way of doing it, which is why
So I can drop my two
I
passengers.
genuinely love playtesting. I really do. Let's try it and see how it goes horribly, horribly wrong live on camera.
For everyone
My
to
brain
see.
is already exploding.
I mean, chat is having a great time, so.
I will. Actually, take your turn, and then I'll ask what chat is saying. I'll ask who's there if I know anybody.
I figured I can drop my passengers here, can't I?
Okay, the first time you turn the train over. The next thing you need to do is move the train.
I moved my train to Lyme Regis branch line.
Okay, oh yes, because it was in St Ives, wasn't it? So then, do you want to do a passenger action?
I figured, can't I drop the people? Yeah.
Okay, so that will cost you 4,000. So I'll move that around to 0. And you are green.
I am
Meaning you have now spent more money than anybody else.
I have.
Okay.
Oh.
That moves along twice.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm working hard. Let's hope it doesn't go off the rails.
So that is now a good station.
It's
So
already
when we
off the rails. It's already on my train.
yeah.
I don't know why I jumped on top of you. There we go.
I'm starting these scoring tokens should come out sooner. Do you mind if I do that awful playtester thing of change the rules halfway through?
Sure,
do you
go
mind
ahead, Robert.
I think that needs to start one
That's
space
what
long.
playtests are for.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll make a note of that in my head. Right, so you did the passenger action, so that's your turn.
Yeah.
Sasha, station card. I'd say this game genuinely gets to a point where because you imagine as soon as cards start coming out of that deck, stations are going to come around quicker again. Oh no, you flip the whole thing over.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, they're quite
Okay.
interested to see how the scoring is going to go here.
Have you got it?
Okay,
There we go.
I have one. I have it.
You got it. Cool. I'll move that along. So that's one step towards being closed. Okay. You then move your train.
I mean,
Can I pick up?
You need to move the train first.
Oh.
Always
Can I go to?
You can, yes. You go to Fabulous Smith. Yes. Which action would you like? You can pick over the majority there if you want. You can pick up more passengers. You can get more post.
I think I'm going to do an action.
Okay. It means you're spending less money than everybody else. So that's fine. Just put it on the 0 space.
I'm being frugal.
And then I'll move that. Nothing wrong with that. So take one of your houses and put it next to that station. So if that's saved and scored, you're going to get more points than me at the moment.
Okay.
If we tie, we'll both score the next bar down the same is what we'll do. Right, my turn. I will turn over a station card. It's 3 bridges. No one cares about 3 bridges. Oh, Sasha does. Okay.
Woo!
Right. I have got a passenger. I want to start. I can hold lots of cargo now. So let's start
Why would
doing.
I care about 3 bridges?
Because you had a thing there, didn't you, at the start of the game?
I have nothing there.
Should that be there?
Yeah,
Because you've got 4 houses in total plus the one you just put down.
exactly. Yeah,
Did I change the colours correctly at the start?
Well,
you did.
I did.
Yeah.
This one is mine. This one was mine, and this one was mine. And 3 bridges. Yeah.
Okay, so I have moved to Aberystwyth. Actually, I'm sorry. When you play a teaching game, I have to remember I need to think occasionally as well, don't I? Tell you what, I will, just looking at what's coming up.
Mayhem. Go for mayhem.
Yeah, let's do mayhem. I'm going to go to Lyme Regis, and I'm going to pick up some tourists because I want to improve my post action. Then I could do the passenger action, but I think that's helping you too much. Actually, no, I will. I'm going to do the passenger action, which cost me 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I can only. Oh no, I can't do the passenger action. I'm lying because my train is full of passengers and there's no space to drop them off. So I can't do that. So instead, I will be doing the post action for 4,000. So what numbers are that? I can't see what numbers I'm on. That's 6 goes to 10. Yeah, these used to be clickers, and I think for Tabletop Simulator I was better. So I'm going to take 2 of these postcards, and I'm going to put one of them into my hand, and the other is going to go under the deck. But then I'm going to play my other postcard that was in my hand as a bonus action. So the action I play must be different to the one I took. It can't be one I just put up. So I've got a public interest card. Because I'm really certain Lyme Regis is going to get saved. And I'd like some of those points, please. And that's my turn. Are there any questions about the rules in the chat? Is this making sense to people?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Right now, they are wondering which conventions will you be playtesting at? Are you attending Tabletop Scotland?
I will definitely be at Aircom.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Whether I'm hoping to have this pitch board there, and I might have a different game to play test, but I will definitely have a physical copy of this with me. I'm definitely going to be at the UK Games Expo because I'm helping a friend of mine run his stand. Do you know Mark of Radical 8 Games?
Yeah.
Damask and Die of the Dead and Forks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping him on his stand again this year, like I did last year.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll be there for the playtest. And Tabletop Scotland, I'm hoping to go to, because also it's my birthday when Tabletop Scotland is on. Just saying, if I go to Tabletop Scotland, it's my birthday when I'm there. Just saying.
People have to play the game, of course.
So, yeah.
Sure.
I was just hoping that people went and got me gluten-free cake, but that's not. Anyway, that is my turn.
Oh.
I was dropping cake in now for September. So
Lyme
you turn over
Regis
cards. Oh, that's fine. Lyme Regis, I'll move the closure queue on. That's got ages to go. Yeah, that's fine. If we save it before we put a scoring thing on, they'll just be considered good. Oh, I did forget one important rule. So, once a station is saved or closed, that's it. There'll be no more adding houses there afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get houses down, you need to do it before it's saved. Okay?
So I already have majority. Should I have any reason to put down more at Lyme Regis?
Depends how evil you think I am to leech off your hard work.
Well, it is you.
That's your decision. Have I got? I mean, I've also got problems with Harrogate. I kind of might need to go and. I might be wanting to pick up these passengers and take them to Harrogate. I'm thinking I need to improve the space on my train quite urgently.
So I am due to move first. So I'm hopping here.
So you've gone to Harrogate. So you haven't got space to pick up the urban commuters because you can only you've got the livestock on there already.
Oh yeah, I was supposed to go here. That's right.
That's fine.
Thanks for that.
So you can deliver that livestock.
I do want to get rid of some
Why?
livestock. I mean, it's Aberystwyth. They're gonna want to have some meat.
See, I try to make these slightly accurate. So, like tourists going to Cornwall, coal from Wales,
Exactly.
and then I realised the one thing I was saying is the long-term plan for this game is I'd like it that this is just kind of like I'd like to be like a big deck of cards in the box that are different stations and lines. Some may demand more than one thing, some may supply more than things, some may have special rules. So the game might not need a board. So maybe you could make, right, let's make my little game just in Scotland, or let's make my version that's just Southwest England. That's the long term. But I've spent no time developing any of that because there's no point unless someone's going to sign it.
Right.
Things I've learned in China don't do work, but I don't need to.
So true, so true.
So let's get this version of the game working before I worry about replayability and all that malarkey.
All right, so I dropped up some livestock.
You did?
Am I moving
So you improved you either improved your train, delivered some goods for money at the end of the game, or you improved your public interest action.
That's the shouty one here, isn't it? Neighboring locations.
So when you put your house down, you don't have to be in the location you are to start claiming majorities. You can be in neighbouring places.
I think I'm gonna do livestock. No.
Okay, so you're going to improve that action. Okay.
Yeah, this one.
Right. So then you choose your action for the wheel.
Alex in chat said, the Monopoly expansion model. How dare you, Alex? How dare you?
Well, it is.
I actually, me and my friends, we actually played Monopoly last week.
How dare you?
We wanted to see what it was actually like after 15 years. There are, and I'll say this, some good things about Monopoly, but it is mostly awful and trash. We decided there were two good things in it that we liked.
I think
but I'll say that. But we did all give up. We realised one player was going to win, and there was no point carrying on.
So I think, first of all, that the rondel is wrong.
On Monopoly.
Yes.
Sasha,
I
think the rondel is wrong.
Oh, yes, the zero should be there. So
Thank you. So I'm going to do a passenger action and let's match these two passengers.
So you're green. We move that on one. Yeah. I think the tickers are easy for Tabletop Simulator, and I'll use this in real life. That might be what I'll do in future. Okay, so you've picked up passengers, have you?
I did.
You've taken them up this way. Okay, so Sasha's turn. So Sasha, to the station deck.
To the deck.
Are there any rules questions?
No.
I know there's a lot to start, but hopefully it's all just repeat, rinse, fade.
Yeah.
And is mostly clear. And as I say, this game will be quicker than you think it is. There comes a point where it just. Aberystwyth, is that? That's the first time Aberystwyth's been closed.
Yeah, so chat is saying that they hope for booster pack of station cards and that there's going to be a super rare holofoil of Birmingham News Station.
One of the really cool things about this game of notes and places it. I put this in front of a friend of mine and went, oh, you've got St Ives on it. I'm from St Ives. And have you ever played Kingmaker? Ashby de la Zouch, which is the town I'm originally from, is on Kingmaker. I'm like, there's a board game with Ashby on. And when I had an earlier version of this at Expo, someone said to me, oh, could you make sure Kettering's in it? I would absolutely love to have the names of as many lesser-known British places that aren't normally in board games in a board game.
Because, of course, it's great for sales.
I would absolutely. If someone is from a place that used to have a train station and doesn't anymore, I would love to have your name in my game. That place name. If I was better prepared, I would have the actual book lying around to show you this. But unfortunately, I don't think I have. I'm surrounded by mess and chaos, which you can't see right now. But it's in the book. It was just pages and pages of locations.
Oh wow. So cool. Right, so
anyway, what was it?
Sasha is dropping off some passengers in London.
Have you done Have you done the cargo for it? The cargo? Yep, you delivered tourists to London.
Yep.
So you can improve either the size of what your train can hold, your post action. One of the things I'm noticing is in every playtest, players seem to instinctively put tokens on the card. Maybe I should just do that for some reason, but I haven't. I'll think about that because
Yes.
players just instinctively do
Yeah.
that. It seems a more logical thing to use somehow, but
Mhm.
I'll hold that for now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to augment my train capacity.
Okay, so you can either change it. Oh, that bottom one is is reducing depth. If you want to increase, so if you want to increase your train capacity, you can either carry more passengers or more cargo.
Passengers. And where
Okay.
does this one go?
That's not the passengers one. It is the passenger one. Yeah, just chuck it away. You don't need any more. Back into the
I
box.
just eat it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll just delete
eat
it.
it. Okay.
I'll get rid of it. It's fine.
Yeet.
Okay. Then you choose your action.
For London.
So you will either you can still do a post action there. You can still if you'd improved public interest, you could have done neighbouring ones. And London, look, there's 4 passengers sat in London just waiting to be picked up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up passengers.
That will cost you 7,000. That will take you from 5 to 12 minus 12. Minus 5 to 12.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Excellent.
quickly
And
catch
many
up.
up as you can carry, so you can take 2 of these passengers.
Yeah, I am
Awesome.
taking 2.
So whilst you're doing that, I will take the next station card, which is Passage of Time, Progress of Time. Actually, Passage of Time. Progress of Time isn't a phrase. So anyway, when you show people things, you realise how your quick decisions when you did art at like midnight, how poorly thought out some of my decisions were. Okay, I am going to go. I've got a passenger. I need to drop it off. I need to start saving Harrogate. Really, I'm going to go up to Harrogate. I'm going to pick up these urban commuters, and then I'm going to take this passenger action for 4,000, which takes me to minus £14,000. Drop this off and inch that towards being saved.
We all love Harrogate. Even chat agrees.
I imagine there's a lot of aircon people in the chat.
Right, so to quickly catch up, let's see. I got the Hogsmeade tie-in, and then as a Rip and Lad, please add me in, Robert. And then we have Alex is saying I think all UK games with a map should include Ashby de la Stouche for the quality of the name.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. When I did the very first early version of this, players just had stations on cards in front of them, and very early feedback was, "It's a train game. Where's your map?"
Where's your map?
And that's probably correct. So.
Yeah. Okay, so my turn now. You're in it. Harrogate.
Oh yeah. I'll move that. That's fine. Yep.
I will head over to Harrogate since I feel a bit guilty now. And I'm going to take the passenger action here and drop off a bit of passengers.
Now, this is interesting because currently you don't have any interest there.
I know. That's all right, isn't it? Is it all right? I should have an interest in it.
Maybe that's what your post card in your hand is.
I have an extra action, like a bonus action thing. It's this one, right? The public interest. I get to put a house there.
Yes.
Perfect.
So you will come second. So yep, and you're dropping them both off. So that's going to be saved twice.
I am, yeah. Yeah, I got some great memories from Harrogate, so I have to assist on saving it.
Okay. So that's your turn. So Sasha. Oh, that card just goes to the bottom. I'll deal with that.
Thanks.
I'm picking up a station.
Yeah.
And it's
right.
Progress of Time.
So I'm going to pause briefly and do the thing that's new in this playtest. So this cube now goes to 1963. So the report has come out. So what we're going to do now is decide how much each station is going to score. So I'll go right to the top. So the far north line is a bad station. Passengers aren't using it. So if we can save that, that'd worth 15 points to the person with the most things there. This station is a bad station. Leamside is a bad station.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good. Well, that's a good station. So because this is quite easy to save, it's worth fewer points to the people if that's saved. Aberystwyth, I was going to say it was the one it was on rather than next to, so that's a bad station. This is a new thing for this playtest. I've no idea if it works or not. It's just I wanted to get some of the indifferent terminology back into, and nothing's indifferent. Okay, so that's what things will score.
Why is it a bad station?
Because which one? Because of where the cube is. It's on the letter B.
Ah, okay.
I wasn't sure because I did think.
I noticed the stations. Okay.
I did think, should I make it the next one revealed? But then that's contradicting to landing on saved, and I didn't have time to make my work where saved wasn't in a box and there was an extra box.
Oh yeah, it totally makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So so now it's your actual turn, Sasha. I will shuffle this deck up.
But I did just take the progress of time.
Yes, you still do your turn as normal. You don't turn over another card.
To get another card.
No. The progress of time was the card. And when I write, this is really helpful because when I write my rules on each page, I'm gonna have like an FAQ of these types of things. Of if I draw progress of time, do I have to draw another card? No.
Well, hello there. It's Harrogate.
No, you don't. You don't do another card. I said. Sorry, no, you don't do another one. No, you did progress.
Dang it.
No, you did progress of time, so that's all that happened. So take your turn as normal after doing the station card.
Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Drop off my two tourists, my passengers. Sorry.
Yeah. So
come on, passenger.
hang on. What are you dropping off goods? Sorry, what are you doing? Because if you do a passenger action, that's going to cost you £11,000.
Why?
Because
one at 0.
Oh no, there's
one at 0.
It will cost you £9,000. Sorry, there's never an action on 0. 0 never has an action.
Well, 9,000. Add 9,000 to my debt.
Are you happy with that? Are you happy with 9,000? Take it from 12 to 21.
Okay, and I'm putting the protest cube to G, right?
Yeah, so that doesn't matter anymore. The scores are what it's going to be because that's when the report was published.
I don't care. I know that I'll have more points because I have more interest there for now.
Cool. I say what it used to be.
And can I pick up supply?
Yeah, you should have done before the action, but yes, yeah.
Oh, what's the supply here?
Where are you? Your coal, yes. There you go.
Give me the coal.
Do you want me to do it?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's my turn. So, oh, you doing anything else?
No.
Cool. Right. So,
I'm good.
Tunbridge Wells. Right. Okay. We now have our first closed station. So I'll talk you through this. So first of all, the cube has reached it. It's closed. So I go to the bag over here and I take out the little closed sign.
Ooh, that's a fancy looking closed sign.
It's almost like a cardboard.
It is. Yeah, you did good on that one.
What this means is it's closed. We can still move through it. It's still going to be a space, but we can't get any supplies from there. We can't get demands from there. And if there were any passengers stuck there, we'd move them to London. More importantly, this card is no longer in the deck.
Okay.
Right. The game is starting. So also, I'll take. It's not going to score that anymore. It's now going to score -2 points for everybody who's there.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Unless you could do the campaign action. Oh, another thing, you could do the campaign action to increase the points. Oh, another thing, we've just lost some railways. So you see this passenger action that's closest to the 0 going anti-clockwise?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Bye
exist
bye.
anymore. It's now a campaign action.
Bye.
Ay, ay, ay.
There will always be 2 passenger actions on the wheel minimum. I will never flip over the last 2, no matter how badly things go. And
Alright.
that's all the rules he said, hopefully. Right, so now I need to take my turn. So I've got lots of goods. So I'm going to hot foot it down to London so I can deliver both my goods at the same time.
I see.
So I am going to improve my post action and I'm going to improve how many passengers I can carry. Then I'm going to pay ridiculous amounts of money, i.e., 7. So I'm just going to zoom in on this. So that's 14 to 21 to do the post action. So in London, I will draw 3 cards, but because I've just improved the action, I'm going to get to keep 2 of these cards. Okay, I am going to keep this one and actually, so I'll flip over. I'm going to keep these 2, and this one's going to go to the bottom. But also, as a bonus action, I'm going to play the passenger action in my hand to pick up the 2 passengers that are in London. I should probably do that before putting things in my hand so people know I'm not cheating. And then I'll pick these up. And that is my go.
Ooh.
Wow.
So things are getting more powerful.
Alrighty. Not intimidating at all. And to answer
Sometimes
Alex.
I know games, but sometimes aware that I sound slightly... And it's all awful! Everything's bad! Isn't it great? And I get looks of these people who are new to the hobby going, what is this? What is this, man?
Alright, let's...
This is madness.
We only know
Calm
nice
offline.
cooperative games and games with passive positive interaction. So the final... Yeah, so now every time we shuffle through this deck, we're missing 1 card. So things are going to start happening quicker.
Huh.
Okay. So I'm over here and I'm gonna travel and then I have to do stuff. I don't have any cargo of note to drag with me anywhere, really.
I need to get those people out of Harrogate. I also need to get to... So I'm just thinking out loud. I'm worried about Leamside, Sasha.
So I obviously have to pick them
Yeah.
up.
I mean, I'm
Yes.
probably going to try and get there next turn, but...
I was thinking doing the same thing,
That's good.
but like I can
We can work
pick up
together.
only. I mean, I can only pick up a passenger, right?
Depends which action you want to... Oh, actually, wow. I mean, you can do any action on the wheel if you want to pay silly money for it.
Silly money.
But yeah, you can do a passenger action for 1,000. That's fine.
Yeah, well, it's my turn, luckily, so
Alright.
I'm taking a passenger
Yeah.
action.
I mean, the worst thing I could do, Sasha, would be to move to Leamside, drop off my passengers, and then have a public interest action hidden in my hand and take the majority of houses there. That's the worst thing that I could do. It can't be any worse.
You go for it. You go for it, and I can come there and add another public interest there.
Didn't you take the bonus one? You can add them from Harrogate as well. Didn't you take that? I think you did. So yeah. The post actions, the more useful they appear, being able to do 2 actions at the same time is quite a thing. I will stress the rules. You can only play one of them on a turn, and the action has to be different to the one you took on the wheel. That's basically to stop players going, I pick up passengers, I drop off passengers, without moving anywhere. Because that would be too easy.
Of course it is.
And who wants to give players a nice, positive, cheerful experience, right? This is the worst thing is when I talk to publishers, I think this is how I sell myself.
I hope not.
I think I'm very out of kilter with the modern hobby where everyone's lovely and cuddly and we're all cooperative and everyone, I do this action and everybody else gets a bonus. Sometimes I just want to be mean.
So if I'm picking up passengers from Library Dispatch, do I move the black cube
No.
because we're using it?
Only when
I
dropping
drop it off. Right.
Only when dropping off.
Good.
Drop
Checking.
Yes.
Excellent.
And I have considered yeah.
Then I'm all done
Are you all done?
Yeah.
Have you been moving your debt cube? Have we remembered to move this? You've done quite a lot less than everything else.
I didn't move it this turn yet, no.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think me and Sasha have both done a 7, so yeah, that probably is correct.
Yeah. I did
Okay.
another 1,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
I also
So
turned.
Because I've got cards in my hand, if I keep them till the end of the game, that's less debt.
You all just
Okay.
started off.
So now I'm picking up a card, and let's hope it's not Liam's side.
Oh yeah, Alex says, Robert, you should pitch to Smirk and Daggers or Dream Cult Studio.
Who? What were they called?
Dream Cult Studio, you know, our mutual friend that we were talking about earlier today.
I first mentioned this to Alan Paul of Surprise Stare Games about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I want to speak to him first out of courtesy.
Of course.
But then you look at, say, people like Osprey who do kind of historical games. They'd be on the list for this. Any names that Alex suggests, please let me know, and I will look them up as well. And as I say, I'm hoping to have this as a pitchable state by Aircon because I'm currently writing rules. Miserable and boring experience.
You're having such fun with it, I hear.
I love writing rules. I love having to write down every minute edge case.
Does not have PTSD at all.
In my previous game, which was like a light children's game, the rule was you take a tile and you put it on any space on your board. I've had to write 3 examples of what anywhere on your board means. Because people assume rules that don't exist.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Dream Cult Studio is Dan Kissar's.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. And he remembers who I am, apparently.
Yes, he does.
I'm glad he tells that story as well, even though it's not embarrassing for him. So I should explain, because for anyone whose turn is it? So I don't want to take up too much time.
Sasha was delivering some coal in Harrogate.
Excellent. So you can either make your train.
Not in Harrogate. Inside.
Inside, yep.
I just saw it move somewhere.
That's fine. So you can either improve. Yeah, you know what you're doing by now. I'll tell the Dan Castle story in a second.
Okay, so Liam's side, I dropped off some
Good
stuff.
Yeah. Right, so you can improve your board. So you can either make your train move faster, or you can increase your passenger capacity, or you can start reducing your debt at the end of the game.
Let's reduce my debt. Wait. Let me think.
Obviously, it's not much at the start, but there'll be a lot by the end of the game if you can get all the way along that track.
How do you make the train faster?
The coal action here. So because you delivered coal, you can make your train move one space faster with this space here. So you can shoot up and down the board a lot quicker. I've got that. So if you want to do that, that will go to there.
Oh, the passengers. Okay. Let's do that.
It has been said to me it's confusing that this isn't directly related to the passenger's action. I know. I've not thought of a way around that yet. Okay, so then you take your action, which was the passenger action, wasn't it you wanted to do?
You're picking up this log.
Do I want a passenger action? Wait,
excellent.
Do I want a passenger action?
Okay, so there's one there. Oh, no, don't know.
I think I'm going to do it.
Public interest.
Okay, so the campaign's kind of a security thing in case it stops. So you do the campaign action, which is that's going to cost you 7. I'd still do the.
I have a card. I have a campaign card.
Oh, is it in your hand? Okay, yeah. So what you would do is you would basically put this card there. So if it closed, it wouldn't be worth negative points. That's what that would do. Okay, so I've put this card out. I'm not sure this kind of works, but we're still testing. So, yep. So if this station is closed, it's going to score as points. It's going to score as 1 point each rather than -2.
Okay. Then I'm spending 3K, right?
No, the 3K is just money you would have got at the end of the game if you'd not spent the card.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm securing our position.
Okay. So if it does close, there's some points in the bank instead. Brilliant. Okay. So What action did you do from the wheel? Sorry.
I didn't do any. So I'm taking a
Okay.
passenger. You can add
Yep.
a -1 for me, and I'm picking up a passenger.
All
Awesome.
right.
Right. So now I turn over the card, and I hope it's not Liam's side. It's St Ives. That's fine. No one cares about the Cornish.
Yes. Yeah.
You get to make lots of fun statements like that in this game. Yeah, there was a line that Dr. Beeching said, and I'm paraphrasing slightly, but there's an interview in the 1980s where people asked him, like, where he was interviewing on the BBC about what he did and whether he thought he went far enough. He thought he should have gone further. I'll paraphrase slightly, like, does it really matter if Poulton Le Fries doesn't have a train station unless you actually live there? Is that the word, more or less? If it was, if you look up hindsight, Dr. Beeching, BBC, it'll come up on YouTube, where his views on what he did and his complete and utter lack of repentance. Right, I am going to move 2 spaces up to
What a
Liam's side.
visionary.
I am going to pick up livestock. I am going to take the passenger's action for 1,000.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to drop off both these passengers, moving this along to, and then I'm going to play from my hand this postcard with a public interest action. So I've got another, I have the majority there if that gets saved.
Okay.
That is my go. Anyway, so the Doncaster story, for people who aren't aware, and I was told by Dina he remembers this. Many moons ago, I play tested a game online. It's an online playtest group that Dan did. And I didn't know Dan. I just saw a username on the screen that said Maltese Falcon. And we're playing this game, and I said, have you ever heard of a game called Arboretum? Because it reminds me of that game. To which he said, yes, I designed it. So I was like, please ground open up and swallow me. But thankfully, I liked Arboretum and I wasn't being mean about that game. So I think it was a compliment, and it was fun. But Dina's told me, Dina was like, oh, was that you? Yes.
That was one of the first stories he told me, because we were talking about whether or not he has a name in the industry and that people remember him as a person or just as a name. And he was telling that as an example. I was like, I don't think people recognize me. I think they do, however, recognize my name.
If you watch this, Dan, I tell that story regularly about how but it was Tabletop Simulator. It was an online playtest group. The screen says Maltese Falcon. It doesn't say Doncaster, so it's his own fault, right?
Totally.
Anyway, what was your idea? Oh, sneeze, yeah.
Oi, son. Alright, so I'm heading over to Harrogate Line, and I was thinking I could pick up one of these suitcases. Commuters.
The urban commuters, that's meant to be.
Yeah.
These posters, in my physical version, they're all little Tillians. This came out of me. A guy in my local playtest group I didn't realise was colourblind, and I was literally just using little wooden cubes. So I realised, oh, actually, these tiddlywinks and stickers, I can put images on them that are all black and white and distinctly different to hopefully make things. I mean, unfortunately, my houses I'm going to be using are still the same colours, but I will think about these things. Alex, if you're listening, by the way, could you just send me a message with the name of those publishers you think would be interested, and I will look them up. I'm sure he has my contact details on here somewhere.
Yeah. Also, like, we're in a couple of mutual groups, like the Bears one and the Place and
it's the Discord world.
The Discord.
I'm on far too many servers that I just don't have time to keep up with.
I think we only have 4 in common.
It's every now and then someone messages me saying, "Do I want a Blue Sky invite?" I'm thinking, I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy to join another social media platform. If it's invite only, I don't want to be there.
Okay,
that's just my own personal wretched youth coming out there.
My choices are pay like either 1 or 4, or I guess 9 for the post if I were to do so. I can't really do anything with the passenger action since Harrogate.
You've spent a lot less money than everybody else, or we've forgotten to move your cube. One of the two. problem. This is one of these things that when I play games, like
Obviously.
players are going to forget. I used to have a rule. There's a friend in my games group who, any game where there's steps of things to do in an order, always jumps to the one he wants to do and forgets the bad ones. So we used to have a rule that was borrowed from Blood Bowl, where if you forgot to turn over the station card and another player had to remind you because you'd been doing something else, would fine you £3,000. And it was a fun rule, and it's amusing our group. And I tried it in playtest groups in Leeds, and it was amusing. Took this game to London to Dragon Meet. No one forgets once. Doing online playtest groups. No one forgets once. Just my friends who can't follow basic instructions.
So if I were to do a campaigning, what would that potentially look
Where are you? You are. So what? So campaigning is basically trying to. Remember, the points for the campaign are only if the station closes, and as where you are now looks likely to be saved.
Yeah,
it's
so I think I'm
probably going to be
actually
okay.
better doing a public interest here and drop another house. And then move myself 4. And that would be me.
Cool.
Okay, that would be me.
Yes.
So I can go to 3 now, right? If I'm increasing my speed.
You can move up to 3 spaces, correct? Yes.
3 spaces.
Have we got any?
So
We're
I
close.
will go to. I don't know where I want to go.
Are you going to
Where
line
do I want to
region?
go?
I mean, it's the only one that takes you 3.
I don't know if I want to go to Lime Regis.
Because also you want to think about what
I
happened.
think I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
Pick up the supply.
Oh! I've just seen what you're doing. Yes, go on, go on. I've just seen what's happening here. Carry on.
Pick up a supply.
Yes.
Give 1 passenger.
Oh, you've only got 1 passenger. I thought you had 2.
Oh no,
No,
she
1.
has 1.
Oh, I thought you had 2 then. Sorry, otherwise it would have been saved and you'd have had the majority.
I wish next time, but we're close, right? And I'm going to do.
Hang on, we'll do the passenger action, so that costs you 1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And I would like to do a post as well. Can I?
No. You can only do. You did the passenger action.
Okay.
Unless you had the passenger action in your hand, sorry, and then did the post action off the wheel. I'll move this back. If the passenger action was in your hand, you could have done it from your hand and then done the post action.
Okay, no.
Okay.
No, go back.
Cool. Okay.
Okay.
Is that it then?
I'm thinking, yeah, I think that would be enough.
Okay, right. I need to start clearing those people out of how. I've got space on my train to pick people.
I didn't pick up a station. Wait, I forgot the station card.
Just after I was saying no one forgets. Which one was it? It was Leamside, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's my turn. So I do the station card. It's Creef Junction, which is now closed. So that card needs to be. We take these off the board, they can go. We get out one of our little close markers.
And the passenger goes to London.
London, yes. So we don't eliminate again, we're just going to put them all the way down there. Thank you, well remembered, because I forgot I said that is the rule. I think, did I say so? That comes off. So, well, no one's there anyway, so it's not going to matter. So that station is now closed. Right.
What is closed?
Where am I?
On a route like that? Do you skip it?
I'm going to move to Harrogate. I've just noticed a passenger action is going to cost me 13,000.
Yikes.
Okay, change of plan. I'm going to go to London. I'm going to drop off this livestock. And I'm going to start reducing my end game debt. And I'm going to spend epoxy 1,000 to take 3 postcards and keep 2 of them because I've improved that action.
True.
And I'm just going to see what's on the underside of them. So I'm going to keep that one, and that goes to the bottom of the deck. And that is me.
Okay.
I was hoping to have more cargo because if you've got lots of cargo, you can just go to London and dump it all in one
Progress of time.
go. Okay, so nothing happens and we shuffle the deck up.
Hmm.
The deck that now has 2 fewer cards. And as a reminder, when 4 stations have been taken out. Oh, so I did forget something. A station closed. So this is now a campaign action. Oh, look, the passengers are actually... It's almost like it's getting more expensive to move passengers around the board and harder to do. It's almost like I'm a horrible person.
So just to check, Robert, just to check.
Okay, when a station closes,
Mhm.
the passenger action closest to the 0, going anti-clockwise, is flipped over and becomes a campaign action. There will always be at least 2 passenger actions on the board. And if a station is saved, then obviously we don't flip anything over.
Of course.
But we still take its card out of the station deck.
But do you just still stop at the sections, as in like the Clifford Junction? I could just stop there.
Yes, you can still stop there. You can still stop there and campaign there. Because the track is still there for now. You can still go through. Believe me, I have wrestled with the logic of this and tried countless different things. I tried a variant where the track became road and it cost 2 points of movement, but it was just so punishing and players' trains just got stuck on sections of the map. And in the end, I just thought, you know what? There comes the point where you've got to think game logic is going to have to overrule real life logic.
Yeah.
And that is one of those situations.
We're hearing someone in chat saying that variant hurt their soul.
What's that? Thanks, Dan. Yeah. So Dan's one of the local play testers to where I live, and he played that version with that, and yes, it was changed after his game.
I see. So I will head to Lyme Regis branch, and I have some commuters here.
Okay, so you know what you're doing by now?
I'm moving this black one here, right?
No. You're improving your board. The black one only goes to the
I want to move the black one. That is... Let's see. It's this one here.
So that means you can either improve your campaign action, which I still think is the weakest and most uninteresting action in the game, and I need to find a way of making that work a little bit more exciting. So, one of the things I've learned about playtesting, sometimes I'll meet someone who's new and it's their first game, and they seem to think that they come to playtesting to get praise.
Oh, really?
I actively go to things now and go, right, what's bad about my game? What's not fun? What doesn't work?
So I'm going to go a post-action.
That's a bad thing. Yeah, so at the moment, I'm thinking I still need to find a way of making the campaign action and the if it closes points slightly more interesting, so I don't think it works at the moment.
And then it said T for tucking underneath. There we go. Next, Sasha.
So, let me pick up one card. Progress of time.
Okay.
Maybe not in your hand.
Yep. So nothing happened. Carry on.
And I am going to go. Where do I want to go? I want to go to. Where do I want to go? I think I'm going to go back to the inside.
Okay.
Drop off some coal.
Yep. So you can make your trade faster. You can reduce your end game debt, or all the exciting things.
Oh, did you mean to?
I am going to reduce my debt just
Okay.
because.
So you move that. You basically move that. Move the track along, and we'll adjust your marker at the end of the game. Yep.
Where were your brown markers, Sasha?
It's here.
You just moved.
Bottom.
No. These.
No, I could travel 2 passengers, Dina. 2 passengers.
Yeah, but you moved the brown ones to the middle of the board. They don't belong to the middle of the board.
Oh no, no! Oh shoot! I hate tabletop simulator.
Sorry.
Can you put it back?
Where did
Dina,
they
make it
belong?
stop!
Where did they belong?
I don't. Your,
So
your board is
there.
just done where I picture-in-picture things, so unfortunately I wasn't quite sure. If you remember what it was, just put it back how it was. It's fine. I will trust you.
It was like this.
Oh, right. Okay.
There you
Oh,
go.
because you take off. Yeah, you left it. You've not gone left to right. That's all. Fine. Okay. Fine. Okay.
Yeah, it was supposed
You
to be
dropped,
like this. Okay.
you dropped off the coal. You wanted to move this one along to reduce debt.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Thank you.
Okay. Awesome.
What
And
Vandal action are you going to do?
I think I'm gonna use my public interest card
Okay.
that I have.
And don't forget, that action's improved for you. So where are you? Your train is in Leamside, but because it's improved, you could put one down in Harrogate or Harrogate. Not, you can't put one in Crieff because that's closed.
In Harrogate to Harrogate, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Leamside. You could put one in either of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna join you at Leamside. Ah, come back.
Harrogate.
Yeah.
Do you mean Harrogate? Oh, you do? Okay. You're competing for the majority. Fine, that makes sense.
That makes more sense.
Of course. And I would like to. Can I pick up cattle, or is it already too late?
No, because you dropped off coal. You drop
okay.
off.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Cool.
So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna pick up some passengers.
7,000. That's what you will now spend 30,000. Yeah, this track here on Tabletop Simulator is a nightmare. I am absolutely just going to put clickers there for everybody in the future. Okay, that goes back to where I want.
Oh no! Turn it! Please turn it.
There we go.
Here. Here. Yeah.
I mean, I'll just show on my actual physical copy because I like this.
Wait, stop! There are no passengers there. Why am I using this
I
card?
already put them there. Stop, Sasha, don't touch
it.
Don't touch
You scared me. You scared me.
I already moved them. You're stressing far too much about moving the pieces.
I'll wait till you decide what you do before I show you this.
Alright, so she's done with her action unless she's going to do some bonus things.
So okay, so are you taking an action? Because don't forget, if you don't take an action, that's fine. The wheel won't move, but we'll charge you 3,000.
She took the
passenger. Oh, fine.
Wait.
Cool. Okay, so it's back to me.
Yeah.
Okay, it's my turn. Right.
You not punish me for nothing.
Okay, Harrogate.
Harrogate.
I'll put that there, so that's clear. Okay, right. I am absolutely going to Harrogate. I'm going to pick up the commuters.
All right.
I will then do a passenger action for 1,000. And I will pick up these two passengers. That is my turn. Right. So yeah, so my physical version, it's an actual spinning wheel.
This must be aircon. Yeah. Far north
I was so happy with this for a prototype. It made me very happy.
Looks great. I will also go to Harrogate. It's aircon season.
Yep.
Drop a passenger. Drop a
We
passenger.
didn't have aircon in 1963, but we can hope.
We can hope. We can always hope. And I'm gonna do 1.
Oh.
2.
It's saved.
I am saving. I am the one who's saving Harrogate.
So I get the saved thing.
Will take place.
I did it.
So that's saved. So no more houses can go down there. That's done with. I will remove its card from the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So you can. Because it still exists, you can still take tokens from there or deliver tokens to there.
Yeah. So I want to pick up one of these briefcases.
Which we should have done just after. Yeah, it's supposed to be in that order, but as long as we're not cheating. Okay, Sasha. Yes, so now 3 cards have left the deck, so it's getting a bit closer to...
Progress of
Okay.
time. Reshuffle.
Progress time.
Where you gonna
We
move,
should
Sash?
go
I'm gonna go to my favorite station.
A bad station. Combine.
It's not a bad station because
What?
I'm going to drop off
Are you gonna save
passenger.
it?
Sorry?
You're gonna save it? Alright, so you're doing a passenger action, are you, with a card, or are you paying
Yeah.
15?
15.
Ooh, ho, ho.
Wow.
But my station is saved.
It is, and you got the majority there, so you got guaranteed 15 points. So we just take these cubes off the board. So I've taken the card out of the deck. That's the fourth card to leave the deck. So I'm also going to take out from the deck one of the progress of time cards. So now the first time it says progress of time, we flipped over. I'll say the sentence again. If the fourth card had come out of the deck whilst one progress of time card was out, we would have carried on until the second one came up and then removed one. There's now just 5 cards left in this deck. Things are going to start shuffling very, very quickly.
Yep. Alright, so.
And it's the point scoring that I think is the weakest point of the game, and I'm still not sure that I've got the right thing, but we will see what happens.
Okay.
I forgot to ask, just for Jennifer, are you feeling a sense of omnipresent dread?
Yes.
Sure.
Good! I can sleep well tonight.
I believe it is your turn, Rob.
It is actually, yeah, sorry. Okay, Lime Regis.
Lime Ridges. Oof.
Lime Regis, right. Okay, so I am going to
Dina,
move
it's
to
point of
leave
interest there.
Sorry?
I'm talking. Dina, it's your point of interest.
I know.
It is. So I've gone to Liam's side. I'm going to pick up the cattle, the livestock. Oh, I seem to have picked up lots of tokens at once there. I will pick up the livestock. I'm going to play from my hand this public interest action to add another house there because I'm a horrible person. And then I'm going to spend a whopping 7,000 to do this passenger action and drop off both of my passengers, which almost saves it. But does it save it? I can't see it from here.
No, one away.
Wait.
One away.
Oh, one away. One away.
Ooh, you're making me mad. Ooh.
Alright.
Dina.
So
I need to pay my debt for that. That was 7,000, so I go from 24 to 31. And again, we'll just if this loops round, we'll just copy the cube to represent 50.
Please do not put me on 40. I was on 30.
Have you really only spent 18, Dina?
I keep moving 1 and 4 all the time.
Wow, you're such a cheapskate. The
No,
thing is now,
you guys are wasting the British funds, is what you're doing.
and that's just the sort of thing I want people to say in this game.
How can you be so irresponsible with taxpayer money? Shame on you, Robert.
Public service, Dina. It's a public. Anyway, just an aside.
It's a public service.
One of the reasons I did this about a few years ago on Twitter, there was a debate about sort of cultural appropriation in games and should I, as a white European, make a game about ancient China? Probably not, because I don't. So I ended up thinking, well, what is there in British history and culture I can use in a theme? And this came up, and then when I realised
The taxpayer money.
because this is a game about politics. Only political, so I wanted to make sure, yes, we want to save stations, but that's why it was very important to also have balance and have the debt in the game and say, you're losing money. What was interesting, one of the American playtesters who playtested this recently said to me, I can just take unlimited debt. I feel like I'm poor. And I thought, that's not what I wanted you to think or feel. But that was your response, so I don't know if that's my fault or history.
So obviously the cards can be played at any time during my turn, right?
Goes again.
bonus. So like the cards are a bonus. I can play them at
After
any
moving
time.
the train. After moving the train.
After the train. Always
Yeah.
after the train.
Yeah. Move the train. Everything is always after moving the train. Yeah. There's a very early versions of this. There used to be like geographical restrictions on the actions, and it was just too fiddly. So it's just like, yeah, where your train is, easy.
All right. So was
Not,
this my go?
this game is not far off done now. We're very much in the home stretch. And right now, I'm making a decision. Do I want to run down and try and start saving some Ives and get some bad saving points?
Right. Did I turn a card, or is this one yours?
You don't need
Turn a card.
You don't need any publications there, Rob.
It's a progress of time.
Over the time. So we shuffle the deck up. So now, because there's only one card in it, things can suddenly shut quicker. Because it might be station, progress, same station, progress, same station. That could happen now. Enjoy the chaos. Your face is very bad.
And may the odds be ever in your favor. Enjoy the Hunger Games.
Can you play passenger on a passenger by picking up and dropping them off?
No.
No.
The bonus action must be different to the one on the wheel.
I know.
And it was for that very reason why that rule exists.
Oh, but it would have been so nice.
I'm sorry. I don't want my friends to enjoy playing my games.
I will take a single
See,
passenger.
do you know what worries me? I really worry that I might, when I pick this game, some potential publisher will look up this feed and see what a horrible, vile person I am and not want to work with professionally.
No, you're absolutely lovely, Robert. Sasha, do you want to have the honor of flipping the next card?
Yes.
No, please flip it for me.
Okay, I can flip it for you.
Flip the bird!
It is
Lime Reader.
Lime Readers.
I'll move the cube. It's catching up. I
My
mean,
goodness.
I don't
Okay,
want that.
I am going to lean sideline. I will pick up some coal.
yes. They spy the cattle.
Oh, sorry, cattle. Sorry,
I
my
might-
bad.
It might be. Yeah, it used to be I had the tokens on the spaces. Maybe I'll go back to that. I used to have it. There was a token on the space, and when it was taken, it wasn't there. And then when we did progress of time, we restocked the spaces, and I thought, oh, that's just an extra step. Let's just say the supply is always there. But then there's a visual reminder of a token, not a token. So,
Okay.
or I just say, I'm terrible UI, and these are publisher decisions.
I took the cattle, and
Yep.
I want to do a public action. It will cost me 4. Can someone move me 4?
Yeah, I'll do that. That's fine.
Thank you.
Unlimited
And
debt.
I will.
Oh, I'll take that out for you. Where do you want it? Where are you? You're there. I've got it.
Yeah, I'm competing with you for the station.
That's fine. I've added that there. That's fine, and I'll move this one. Okay, got it. Right, is that? Are you doing any bonus actions?
I don't believe I can do any bonus actions.
Oh, I can't see your hand. Sorry, like you got no postcards. Right,
I have nothing in my hand.
Okay.
I have nothing in my hand.
Okay, so I flipped over some Ives. So Ives towards closure. I'm up here. That's going to be fine for a while. I've got lots of cargo. Let's hot foot it to London, and I'll dump both of these things. So I'm going to increase debt by 1. I'm tempted to. I'm just thinking. Do I start putting things in places I think are going to close in campaign? I'm going to improve my campaign action just because no one's done it, and I want to see if it's as weak as I think it is. So I'm testing my own game here. That's my turn.
All right. Progress of time.
Shut this all up. See, now the real tension starts. So you can see how many spaces there are for things to be closed. That's roughly how many turns there are left unless things get saved.
Mm.
As a reminder, because I went first, Sasha will go last. You will have the last turn. I've only got that rule in at the moment because I feel playtesters will complain at me if I don't. Part of me just wants to end it as soon as it ends, but you know what board gamers are like.
Yeah.
If they perceive unfair, they'll be all over BGG going, this game needs to... The Ticket to Ride players complain that they get uneven turns. No!
Wait, I already have passengers. I don't want to go here then.
So you can drop them off there, but it won't do anything.
Yeah, because it's full already. We can.
I mean, maybe. Oh no, you probably don't want to save safe tonight. I mean, you want to keep working on Lyme Regis, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you were in Lyme Regis, weren't you?
I was.
You can't move back to where you are. I think I'm going to make very clear in the rules. I had a playtest. My previous game, Sasha, had a kind of majority scoring thing, where you'd score points, and if you were tied, you'd divide the points. And he tried to score something. He said, "Well, no one's there, so I'm tied in first place on 0." And I'm thinking that's not how any game has ever worked. And had to write an exception in the rule to cover that eventuality.
The audacity.
The public interest here is quite far away, but I would automatically get a second if I did it, wouldn't I? But I could do it post action instead. Can you play multiple bonus cards?
You can play one on a turn, I'm saying at the moment. That's the current iteration, is one on a turn.
Make me cry.
I'm trying to be very, very wise with my taxpayer money here. And not jump at 17.
I think you want to make me cry and put some competition in St. Ives for me. Is that it?
I do.
You sneaky girl.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's quite far. I don't want to do that.
You can take all the debt in the world. I mean, don't worry about the cards we're holding in our hands and the tracks we're moving along to reduce debt of the game. Don't worry about that. You've got all the space in the world to spend money, right?
But I don't.
Yeah, Dina, it's not such a big problem, right? Why are you going back?
No, I'm trying to think if I should go somewhere else.
Just go to London.
I can't move 3.
Leave.
So... I don't know.
Well, you can go to London. You can go to one of the saved stations.
I will go here and
Don't you have passengers to drop off?
I do, but I want them back at Lyme Regis.
I just say I'm really enjoying that both of you have just got this game and are just like telling each other what to do, which I really enjoy in games. I like it when players try to influence each other and make life awkward.
Okay. So here is what I'm going to do.
I love it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, so I'm going to
do I wish this. I wish more games were played like this. So yes, I've never tried this 2-player. Part of me thinks if I have it 2-player, I need to kind of have a dummy player for majorities somehow. And part of me thinks it might go to 5 players, but I've never tried it.
Alright, so I'm campaigning in St. Ives.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will take the next. We'll skip the Derelict one. So if that closes, then it will be kept open as a tourist attraction. So we're with 1 point there. Yeah, these point swings are probably way too low. I haven't thought how. I'll have a think afterwards about the balance of this, but for now, that's what it is. Yeah. So that goes to the bottom post deck.
Yep.
Why don't you make the heritage point more important, or like the fright being more important?
The bus route's the most important because that means people still have transport connections. The freight was next most. It meant they still had transport connections for industry. heritage is just a tourist attraction and not being used as a public service. That was my personal logic for grading them as I did.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And saved was like obviously the best.
All right, Sasha, you're going to flip a card. Do you want me to do it for you?
Yes, please.
All right, it's
Flip a
St. Ives.
coin.
Ives! Oh,
Woo-hoo! Oh my god.
It's going to happen.
we're about 10 minutes from the way where we realise I explained scoring badly or people understood it differently. That's what's in that. In terms of playtest feedback, the scoring and how it scores is the thing I think is weirdly the most imbalanced. I think all the actions make sense. I think what players are doing makes sense. I just don't think the scoring works.
I really like the suggestion from chat, which is to propose a vibe-based point scoring on who we think should win.
About what, sorry?
Vibes-based point scoring based on who we think should win.
Who suggested that?
The handle is ballful. So
that's Dan.
That's Dan.
Right, okay. I look forward to Dan at the next York or the next Leeds playtest group saying to somebody in person, maybe we should have vibes-based scoring. But maybe what we should do, Dan, is one of them suggests it, and the other just completely reacts. She says, "Yes, that's a really good idea."
That's a great
and see what we have at the table do.
All right, Sasha, what are you doing?
I'm dropping off cattle in London
Right.
and picking up one of the passengers from
One
London.
passenger. So you're
Can
doing
you
a
move-
passenger
can you move
action.
Yes. Can you please move? Okay, I'll do it myself. I
Cool, I'll
think.
do it. This one here?
It's okay.
4,000? Yep. Okay.
It was a 1,000.
Yeah.
It was a 1,000.
Oh, sorry.
She
I
did this
told you.
one, the one that I had already moved.
Oh, have you done it? Fine. Okay. Right, my turn. So I will flip over the station card. It's the far north line, and it's closed.
I sure
It's
did.
closed.
Look at
It's
me
closed.
having majority.
I get the thing out of the bag. That's all that goes there. That is closed. The cubes can come off the board.
Dina, wasn't it your point of interest there?
Yeah, I have
The
majority.
passenger goes down to London. So we're now going to, because that's closed, we look at what was the last passenger action after the zero.
Yep.
We flip it over.
Oh.
That's the last time we're going to do that.
There goes.
There was always going to be two passenger actions on the wheel. Shame they're going to cost a lot. Right, what do I want to do? I've got no passengers on my... I need some passengers, I've just realised. Am I going to have to go and get them from Harrogate? I probably am, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
I mean,
Actually-
everyone is in Harrogate.
I mean,
I'm just having a quick... Okay, let's do it. I will go to Harrogate. I will spend 4,000 on the passenger action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, well, our debt's close together again. And I will pick up 2 passengers from Harrogate. I also picked up the urban commuters, and that is my turn.
all right. That means it is me. What are we going to
As I
get?
say, progress of time.
Whew.
We then get to the weird point where we shuffle a deck of 2 cards and players look really confused in physical playtests. When I'm trying to shuffle a deck of 2 cards and they just look, what?
Alright, so I'm heading back to Lyme Regis. I will play my passengers
Okay.
card, drop 2 passengers, save Lyme Regis after just campaigning in St. Ives Bay Line. I am a woman on a mission, clearly.
So
Doing
that's
amazingly.
so I will take that out of the deck.
The passengers are stunned and shocked and so happy they're just falling over.
They can reach Portland Bill Lighthouse.
They are very, very drunk, happy
It's a
playing.
tourist attraction down that neck of the woods, and was also a 1980s children's cartoon. That's the only reason I know what Portland Bill is. I think I went there as a child as well, actually.
And then I have to choose something.
That area of the woods, if you ever go, there's also famous for dinosaurs.
Ah, I do like that.
There are lots of dinosaur fossils found down there, and there's a museum about them.
So since this is saved, there's not much you can do with the public
Yes.
interest.
No, that's that. No, once it's saved, you can't do the public interest. action there.
But I have place house in neighboring location +1. So
Oh yes, you could do it. Yes,
I can indeed do that.
you can't place one in London. You could place one
I
in St Ives.
Which is exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
So Saka
say-
can cry.
The scoring for these, I'm thinking, that's if it's saved. So the score, if it's closed, do we just say that's your points for being there, or that's your points you get per house you have there? That might make more sense.
Yeah, something.
Anyway, yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. Okay, it's
as long as I
Sasha's
get the
turn.
most points for being there.
There are only 3 cards left in this deck. This has not got long to
Let's
go.
hope it was close, Dina.
So, St Ives hanging on a thread.
Get it.
Lean
It's a progress.
side.
It's a progress.
And it's lean side.
Oh no.
I mean, it could go lean side passage for a few turns.
Yeah.
That sounds like a very strange Cockney knees up song. Lean side passage. Lean side. I appeared sorry. I just spent several days with family, and I spent about 5 hours travelling today, so my sanity has just gone.
Did you move the token on the limb side?
I did.
Excellent. Good lad. Alright, so Sasha is heading to St. Ives Bay Line. What's you going to do there?
Anyway, I have a question about this game for you, Dina, specifically.
Oh,
If you're at the number station, you told me I waited far too long to pitch that game.
You did.
Because this is a constant source of debate in game design groups. When is a game ready to pitch to people?
This
Is this at a pitchable state or not?
Yes,
you can
it is.
say no, even if you're on camera.
It's
is.
ready. This is a pitch
Okay.
because
is
I can
ready.
run a stream with it, and it's interesting enough for people to talk about it. If it is interesting for
How
people to
do they-
talk about and rally around it, it's in a pitchable
One of the
state.
things I noticed in playtest groups is because about 6 months ago, playtesters were suggesting rules and finding faults. Recent playtests, they've been playing the game, so that means something's going right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're just fiddling with math,
Little help
basically.
here.
What are you doing?
Little help. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm campaigning to put it into freight.
So you've done that, yep. So that's your
Yeah,
campaign
and I've
here.
already
So
advanced.
so they're going to at least keep it open for a freight train. That's nice of them. Okay,
Right.
Yeah,
All right.
and I am picking up castle.
excellent, because it's still open. Okay, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Yep.
Destroy it.
Is the eye going to close?
Progress.
We shut it all back up. I still take my turn. I just looked how much the public interest actions are and whether it was worth me stealing that from there. And I don't think it is. So
No.
I think the best thing for me to do then is go somewhere and get some more goods. Let's just go here, get some coal,
Nice.
and pay for a very cheap post action. I'll pay 4,000, and I'll draw 2 cards and keep them both, and then hopefully the money on that will be more than the 4,000 I paid to start reducing some of my debts.
Mm-hmm.
I've now spent the most money so far, but I have got 4 postcards in my hand.
You do.
And next turn, I plan on taking all of my cargo to London and dumping it off for money. Dina,
Yeah, so I have
Oh.
absolutely.
So- is St Ives going to close?
Oh yeah, let's find out. Yes.
Yes, it's gone. The heroic people tried their best. So there are now just 2 cards left in the deck. So when the final station is saved or closed, we play around to Sasha's turn, and that's it. And it's closed on Sasha's turn. It ends there. So we're very, very near the end. This probably did take longer than I thought it would, but we've been chatting, and that's been lovely as well. So that's fine. In my head, this may be about an hour long, but it's starting to take a bit longer as the time goes on.
You are a very chatty person, Robert.
That's fine.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to take a post action. I get to have a look. I'm going to pop one back.
You haven't improved your post actions, you're only keeping one of the cards.
Yeah, only keeping one of the cards, so I'm going to flip this.
Yeah. My thought process is, even if some of these actions and balance isn't quite there with scoring, that's the thing that hopefully a publisher would work on you with anyway, and the developer would deal with.
Oh, it's putting it on top. I'm pressing T.
It's fine. I mean, we could probably just discard it. I don't think we ever get through that whole deck, so yeah, I'm just going to group it together now because it's the end of the game. It's fine. Sure, and shuffle it and it'll be fine, I'm sure.
Sasha, do you want me to flip the Liam side?
Well, it's either Progress of Time or a Liam side.
Yeah, it was
Which one?
Progress
This
of
one was
Time.
that should be put in. So there are 2 cards left in. It's Progress time, so that's shuffled back in. What's interesting is if it's Liam side, you know the next card is Progress of Time.
Mm-hmm.
So Liam side is just going to inch along. Yeah. The very early versions of this, I was trying to, or it was almost when you own individual tracks. It was a wander and write game, and players were crossing boxes off lines to save things, and it was kind of a push your luck thing of when you scored things or not. But it didn't work, and we ended up with this. It sounds fun, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wait, I dropped off my kettle.
So you can either
What I can do now.
you probably want to increase. You probably want to pay off debt. You probably want to move along that track on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you can get that along, that's a lot of money saved. So as a reminder, the person who spent the least money will keep all their points, and we'll do 1 in every 6 and 1 in every 5 for the people who spent the second most and the most.
Yeah.
And again, whether those numbers are right or not, who knows? I'm just going to keep writing down and keep messing with the maths until it feels sensible. Okay, so what was your action?
I dropped kettle.
Okay, so
I think I'm gonna pick up some posts.
All right.
Good idea. Yeah, because you've also improved the post action, so you'll just take 2 cards and keep them.
Oh, so I'm picking 2 cards. Well, okay.
Yeah, you just take 2 cards and they're yours. Right, my turn. I'm going to go to London.
Lovely.
I am going to drop off all of this lovely cargo, and I'm going to move along this track twice along the bottom. And I don't want to do any of those actions, so I'll just take a debt of 3,000 to not do an action.
I see.
Occasion when you want to do that.
I'm gonna do card first, progress.
Okay, so nothing happens.
Head to London, drop off some coal.
There we go.
You said 3?
It depends how much coal you've got. I moved along twice because I had 2 things. So you just move along the track along the bottom, if that's what you're doing. Yeah, 1 space.
Yeah.
And obviously, the more you deliver, then the higher the numbers go up as the game goes along.
Yeah. I only had 1.
What I'd be interested is, I've not done any maths here. I could sit down and work out who's winning, but nah, life's too short. I don't like it in a game where there used to be a lot more secrecy. Yeah, there used to be a lot more. Rather than having houses on the board, it was cards hidden in your hand. And the deck was all kept hidden behind a screen, and it just I didn't think it needed it. No. Also, if you have cows on board, you don't need to make a set of 8 different cards for every location, for every station in the game, thus massively reducing production costs.
So I can't really do the campaign action here from London, so I have to do the passenger one for a 4.
You can pick up that passenger.
Yeah. Take this Lone Ranger.
Fortunately, you have space.
I do, doll. All right, Sasha. Okay. I'll flip for you. It's Salim's side.
So that inches towards closure. Yeah. So it's 2 spaces. Yeah. So as you can see, we are very, very close to the end now. It's just what happens to the ship building of Newcastle.
I happen to have this card, so I don't need to pay, right?
Yep. You still need to move your train.
I moved my train to Liam's side.
Okay, yep. So if you don't want to do an action on the wheel, you'll still have to pay 3,000 to not do an action on the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will do an action on the wheel. Don't worry about that. And I am putting 1 passenger.
Save.
So that's going to save it.
Saved. The station is saved, and I am picking up a campaign card.
Yeah.
So that won't make... Oh, yeah, because that's still cheaper than not doing anything, isn't it? So you would have done that before. So yeah, I need to think about this campaign action. I don't think it quite works or makes sense, but I'll take that away with me and work on that. So because the last station's been saved on your turn, it's game over.
Doo-doo.
So the first thing we're going to work out then is, I don't know how long that took. What time is it? That did take a lot longer than I
midnight
thought.
in Finland.
Right. So currently our debts are on 43.56. So I have got on my board, I delivered £7,000 worth of goods. So I'm going to reduce my debt from 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've moved by 1. And Sasha, how much in goods?
3.
You're 3. So yours goes down 1, 2, 3. Okay, not there. Okay, so who's got the code? We'll go to Dina next. So Dina, on your postcards, how much money are you getting back?
3.
3,000. Okay. Sasha, do you have any postcards left?
3.
3,000.
Okay, so you're on the same space, aren't you?
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
And I am saving let me try and highlight all these all at once.
A shit ton of money.
That's the technical term. Yes, 13.
Oh,
That's 1, 2, 3, 23. So I don't lose any points. You're both tied for the most. So what I'll do when it's tied is do it as if you both came second. So you both lose 1 in 6 of your points rather than 1 of every 5. So now, all your little trackers in front of you, we can keep actual points. So if we go to the far north line, that was closed. So there's 2 green things there. So green gets -4 points. If we say we score this house there.
-4. Okay.
Ouch,
Okay.
Dina.
Nobody was on Creef Junction, so nobody scores anything. Leamside was saved. We tied, so we both score second place. So we both get 10 points.
Okay.
And it's at this point I've realised I might just move my picture-in-picture thing. So yeah, can someone just give me 10 points? Thank you. In fact, I'm going to move this. 1 second. I'm going to move this round so I can see it and put it here, and then I can click on it.
Sorry, I'm seeing one house, my yellow house on the 3 bridges. It was not there a second ago.
Was it there at the start of the game?
Yep, it was.
I don't recall.
It was. It
Okay.
was. This is the second
Okay.
time you
Oh,
pointed
no,
that.
that's -4 then.
Well, okay, no, be -2. But we'll get to that. So
Right.
next I'll go to.
it's fine.
Don't get
Yeah,
ahead
I'm
of
just
yourself.
doing the from north to south, just for ease. So, okay, so Harrogate, I've got the majority, and it was saved. It was a good station, though, so I get 11 points, and Green gets 8 points.
Thank you.
Again, whether these numbers are balanced or not, no idea. Wales,
Okay.
Aberystwyth, a bad station was saved. So Yellow, you can have 15 points, and I will have 10.
Ooh. So 25 for me.
No, it's 15 for being saved. Now, that's because the majority is 15. So I scored 10, you scored 15. It's just this the closed ones I'm going to do multiply by 100.
I'm saying 25 total points.
Oh, right. Sorry. Gotcha. Okay, so St. Ives was saved. So Green have 15 points.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, it's closed. Sorry, I'm lying. Green have 6 points because there's a freight line there. And Yellow have 3 points because there's a freight line there. I should have taken that off when that was scored. Okay, Lyme Regis was saved. So Green have 11 points and Red will get 8 points. And then finally, Yellow, that's down. So Yellow loses 2 points there. And then finally, your 2 scores, divide by 6, rounded down, and subtract that from the score.
What?
Because you both spent the most money, you're going to lose 1 in 6 of every points. So 26, that would be 18, 24. So Yellow would lose 4 points and Green would lose 3 points. So I have played this a lot. I don't know if this scoring system is fair or balanced because I've on 39, but that is the final scores. I need to, yeah.
Not
Anyway.
bad.
Is that enjoyable? Regardless, the final scores I think are a bit unbalanced. I don't think my score should be as big a point difference. I think I need to give more points or some other things, or make the I need to think about the scoring. I don't want to design a game where there's a massive point difference like that between the players. I want this to be closer. So I need to think about the actual points. But you enjoyed the game?
It was great, yeah.
Oh, I absolutely loved it.
Excellent, thank you.
I do love train games, so
no, it was a bit confusing for me at the start, but I actually enjoyed it. So, once I got into the movements and stuff, I actually enjoyed it. Can't wait to have it in a physical form.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to find a publisher who will take it.
You're going to be at UK Games Expo. We have a booth
I will
there.
absolutely be at UK Games Expo.
So
I will absolutely. I hopefully will have another game I'm working on by then as well, which I'm not going to say too much about yet. But
so we have a booth.
Sorry,
we have you can come and visit us so we can play.
I will be at Mark's booth for Radical 8 Games. I will be there, so I'll be doing some shifts there as well as in the place. What are you at Expo, Sasha? Because I don't want to. Will you be at UKGE?
Yeah, she's gonna work at my booth.
I didn't realise that.
Have a booth.
It's the first time I've met you, Sasha, so I didn't know what you did or whatever. So
she's our marketing assistant. Yeah.
And then I imagine it'll be like most things like Aircon Expo, where we'll see you across the room, shout hello, and then never get to speak to each other.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I noticed a lot of these events. That's what it can feel like. But yeah. Anyway, many, many, many thanks to both of you for giving up 2.5 hours of your life to play that.
Sure thing.
I very, very much appreciate that, and thank you for people in chat for watching as well. And hopefully that was entertaining to watch.
And if anyone wants to playtest with you, Robert, where do you want to be found?
I can be found on Twitter. Notice I'm calling it Twitter because I'm an adult. The username is StartPlayer. You can get me on Discord. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Blue Sky because I only have the mental energy to concentrate on one platform, and I don't have the motivation or the inclination to try and build myself up on a new platform.
Yeah, no.
LinkedIn. You're not there?
So where at?
Are you on LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
No.
Really ought to be, but
it's like I'm trying to make myself as unfindable as possible.
Yeah. Just like all the other game designers that we know.
I can be found at playtest events around the north of England mostly. You can find me at the Leeds one, the Sheffield one.
Scotland.
Yes, and hopefully I'll be at Tabletop Scotland as well.
Yes.
And I'll be at I've got to organise my transport and my hotel arrangements. That's another long and complicated story.
It'll be all good. All right.
I may have actually got a free hotel at Tabletop Scotland a few years ago. I won't tell you how.
And what do you think this is going to be in terms of weight on the BGG scale?
Ooh, I've no idea.
I'm asking all the different.
One of the things I once read somewhere, there was one of the designer blogs I read. They said to you, your game is always much more complicated than you think it is. 'Cause in my head, this is a fairly, Ticket to Ride, you do 1 or 3 actions. This is just do a few steps, do 1 or 4 actions. That's not complicated.
No.
For it. I'm realising, hang on, I've played all these edge cases, and it's a lot more complicated. In my head, have you ever played The King is Dead?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Because that's the example game I use. I really want this game to be as complicated as that, or as tense as that.
Okay.
And if you haven't played, it's a bad example. So,
whatever The King is Dead, is it going to be heavier?
Yeah, I would say whatever The King is Dead is rated on BGG plus 0.5. That's what I'm going to put weight as. I'm really bad at rating things. I hate numbers. I was at a games convention once and I overheard somebody say, that game's clearly a 7.2. And I just riled me up inside that was a sentence someone would use, that they would have that much granularity to rate things.
So how much
so
did go?
All my games are a 1, a 2, or 3. Either I never want to play it, I always want to play it, I will play it if somebody asks.
Mm-hmm.
There is no further granularity as far as I'm concerned. This may be a symptom of some kind of mental illness or disorder that I have, but I think no, it probably is. Trust me. I just hate granularity. I never want to decide, oh, that's a 7.1 and that's a 7.2.
But you're thinking it's a medium weight to medium heavy.
Oh, yeah, let's go with medium. If I could make it lighter, I will. But I've realised with this train board thing and bonuses and things, then that's adding complexity. Yeah. I want it to be that kind of medium to medium heavy that takes about an hour to play, an hour to an hour and a half to play.
All right, sounds fair.
Because I found 4-player games seem to go on a bit longer because players' interests are spread about more. And I found that when I played this in Sheffield, I had a situation where there were about 5 stations on the board, all one step off closing. It was great. I wasn't playing it that one. I was just enjoying watching the misery. It was great.
Fantastic. All right. I thank you to everyone who joined the stream. If you want to find me, have me play your game. If you're a game designer, I can be found everywhere as Dina Said So. I run Dina Said So Studios. Sasha here is our marketing assistant and social media specialist here. So if anyone wants to have a chat to us about working with us, then that is a good way to start that. Otherwise, we will end the stream for the day, and we'll probably turn up again tomorrow with other games from other designers. We'll see.
Definitely, yes.
We'll be streaming all the way up until New Year's.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.